Welcome everyone, this is eSeniors GT3 Group 2 and we are at Silverstone. This is one of the commentators, Christy Hjort, and Jonathan Wood is with us today as well. Hello Jonathan. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Silverstone is a classic track that I think everyone is aware of, being an old RAF bomber station. So it was active for 3 years between 43 and 46. So and racing, the first race was 1948 British Grand Prix, and since then there have been various permutations of racing and of course Formula One. So yeah, capacity 150,000 people. Hopefully we get that number on the screen today. We'll see. So we had the Group 2 standings on the screen here. We have Don Queen, 156. So it's very close here. 156 also for Olaf Linnortner. Both those guys are Audi. Actually, all three first guys are Audi. McKay, and then in third, Billy Stewart in the Aston Martin and Rob Hoopje in the Aston Martin. It's very close on the points there. A lot can happen. And as you saw on the opening graphic, we had there are just a few laps or a few races left. So yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I need to add the Discord audio to this view. Let's go to the game stream. Okay, so now I have the Discord audio there for Jonathan. So what do you think, Jonathan? What do you think we're going to see here?
It's a good question, isn't it? I haven't really taken a whole lot of notice, like who's been fastest, but I mean, as of right now, you know, Ollie has definitely been setting the pace along with Don and Mr. Banks as well. So, and Mr. Stewart. I think Stewart really, he's the one I think we've got to keep an eye on. And then we have our wild card, right, with Giovanni Nifosi, the Italian in the BMW. So we know he's fast. He's kind of, you know, a pseudo Group 1, Group 2 driver. And the question is, will he sandbag or is he to come out with all guns blazing? We'll see, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not in the official qualifying session just yet. So it's just being finishing the previous session here. So we're going to get racing here in about 2 minutes.
Yep. But yeah, this is a wonderful track. You know, it's had several different permutations over the years. I remember, you know, in the 1980s when I first got interested in Formula One. I think the one race that really did it for me was 1987 British Grand Prix. It was the original track. It didn't have any of these little wiggly bits. It was all. It was basically like 4 or 5 corners, and there was one chicane at the end of the lap. But it was super fast with no runoff. And Nigel Mansell won from Nelson Piquet. He took him on the second to the last lap, and then he ran out of gas on his slowdown lap. And the whole crowd went completely nuts. They invaded the circuit. It was fantastic. But if you look at like an overlay from the track back then to the track now, you'll see there's you know, it looks the same shape apart from that new infield section. But you know, you still have like the same a DNA, if you like, of the original track. And it looks like, Krista, we have started qualifying.
Yeah, wonderful. Let's see who's first out. Get busy.
Yeah, nobody's rushing, are they?
No. We have a lot of good-looking liveries here.
Yeah, Giovanni Nifosi is the first one out, number 62 in the BMW.
We'll follow him.
We've got a good amount of folks today. We've got 23 drivers. A full grid, really, huh?
Yeah, that's really a good number. That's kind of, I feel that's kind of the sweet spot on the number of cars. I was supposed to be in a 24-hour race with a couple of the guys today, and there was supposed to be 70 cars on track, and they did a qualifying that was interesting. They did race control let the drivers out with 30 seconds between them, and that was enough for them to do just one out lap, and then they had to just gun it and do their qualifying lap, and then they were done. And unbelievable, people were driving in the 217s or 216s on Spa on the first lap after their after their out lap. Yeah, unbelievable.
That's ridiculous. I kind of like, you know, a single shot qualifying though.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, especially when there's so many cars. You know, it's you know, you have room to do your thing, but you have to really focus when you get on there.
Isn't there like 70 cars?
Yeah, 70 cars.
How do you fit? I mean, we couldn't fit 50 cars at eSeniors a few weeks ago. Remember, it was completely crazy. There was like a traffic jam at the end of the lap. Everyone got started out. I can't imagine what it was like with 70 cars. And you still had people in the 217s. That's crazy.
Yeah, so once they did their lap, they go into the to the leave room. So there wasn't really any congestion because they kind of disappear from track after they done their time. And speaking of time, Giovanni did his first time, or was that invalidated? I'm not sure.
No, that was his warm-up lap.
That was his warm-up. Okay.
His lap he's just entering maggots right now. So it's that left, the right, the left, the right. Got to stay on the left-hand side here. Get early on the gas so that you can get that extra speed down the straight. This is a very, very iconic hanger straight. Very, very long straight. And then there'll be a right-hander at Stowe. In a Formula 1 car is like flat out, but you've got to go down a couple of gears, try and get on the gas as early as possible and not invalidate it. And then we head down to Vale, hard on the brakes. The entry to this corner you've got to sacrifice to get a good exit going into club. And then you've got to just try and stay on the gas here and miss that sausage curve because it will kill you. We're now on the Hamilton straight, famous for Lewis Hamilton, of course. Going to be a right-hander here, and Abbey down one gear, back on the gas, driving flat, and the car is really squirming. And then hard on the brakes for Farm, this right-hander, once again, you've got that horrible sausage curve. This left-hander always gets me, just at Chapel, and it's very, very difficult. Now you're back on the gas, hard on the accelerator. Heading down, there's the Wellington straight. To the left-hander at Brooklands, you can take it in second or third gear. Once again, you've kind of got to sacrifice the entry to get a really good exit. Trail braking is like massive at this track. Pretty much every corner, other than one, you've got a trail brake. And here we go back down this thing. There is actually two finishing straights here. I believe this is where the timing beam is, but the starting grid is on. That's on the Hamilton straight, is it not? Officially. But that was a lap.
Yeah, good commentary there. Yeah, I think he did a really solid lap here. He did.
I'm not imitating you. I can't imitate you. It would never work.
Yeah, we need to recognize some people on the stream here. We have Stefan there. We have Juan Antonio Mena Jimenez, Pandemonium, Mr. Pandemonium, Derek Bird and Billy. Great to see you guys.
Billy Stewart on top. He's broken into the 1 minute 59 barrier already at 59.6, which is a great lap. I saw him do a 59 flat in practice about 30 minutes ago. Peter LaFrance is a half a second behind. Giovanni Nifosi is 0.7 behind. And then it's anyone's game.
Yeah, I don't know what the alien time is here.
In the 58s.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a true alien in the 57s, but Group 1 times, you're looking at pretty much like 59s. The pole time I expect tomorrow will be in the 58s. It won't be me.
Yeah, I will not be able to, or I've chosen not to drive tomorrow because we have a little watching party again for Formula 1. So once Formula 1 is done, where I can, because it's so rare that we can watch live in this time zone, in the US. So taking advantage of that. So then after that, I'm going to be back. Because certainly I want to drive the home track of Circuit of the Americas. Yes. Which is coming in December, I believe.
Yeah, not my favorite track, but I know a lot of people really do like it.
Let's see, I'm gonna start to focus a little bit here on someone that's up on their tongue. Oh. I got a big, weird... now I get this message, encoding overloaded. Ay. So guys, if I need to restart the stream, just go into yeah, it's starting to drop frames. Encoding overload. I've never seen that. How could that be? No, I don't get the map.
One, I don't think anyone is going to be in the 57s. That would be like a true alien time. That's a Peter Wolfschleiner time, I think. I see Billy just improved by 2 seconds. He's in P8. Jeremy is only a second off. He's in P7 right now with Robert Obando P6. Jaime Goddard is on a quick one. He's almost second up, and he's still in the first sector.
Yeah.
So he's got some real possibilities of getting into the top 10, I think.
I wonder if I'm missing his livery, or is he just driving in a completely black car?
Yeah, you're probably missing his livery.
Ollie is on a hot.
Oh no, he's in a black car. Well, maybe I don't have his livery either.
Let's see who is doing Nikos. We need to see Nikos. Nikos is back on track, which I think is awesome. Look at that Mercedes. I'm tempted to drive the Mercedes in one season. Yeah, I just
it looks great.
The look.
It sounds great.
But it's so, the gears are so low. I'm used to drive cars that kind of whine and just sound fast, and this one doesn't sound fast. But he's up on his time. He's up 1.7, so he could possibly get up a couple of positions. 24 cars on track, which is cool. Follow him for a little bit. Get some. I know he has worked on that livery. It's just a fantastic livery creator. See where he ends up. Yeah,
he's on the final turn, and it looks like he's improved by a second.
Yeah,
so
very good.
Pumpkin up, hopefully into the fringes of the top 10. Yeah, P11. Nice lap in the Porsche.
So Mike Mileski looking. He's up 3. He invalidated. Unfortunate. Let's see, who do we want to see? Let's look at McKay in his Audi. He's up 0.4. He's currently in P6. He has a cool livery. Some sort of photographs on there coming into timing line, and he goes up P3, McKay. Nice.
There's a lot of people sitting in the pits right now when they really should be out on the track. Mike Mileski is just about to start a lap. He's currently sitting back in 22nd. Kevin Torrance just aborted his lap. He's in P16.
We have 4.5 minutes left to drive in the qualifying. And I don't think we mentioned it's going to be pit stops. Mandatory fuel and pit stop.
Yeah, and so if you haven't practiced the pit stop, then you're going to lose a lot of time. And I don't know how you manage those pit stops, but I've got buttons on my steering wheel for the ignition and the starter. So when I roll in, I turn the ignition off, and right just before I stop, and then hopefully I stop on my marks. And then when they've done their stop, or they've done all of the work, then I can get back on the starter really quickly. But if you don't have those set, you're going to lose. Literally, you can lose 10 seconds by not having those buttons set up.
Yeah, so you mean that the in-game, I mean, you can automate it, but the in-game is probably too slow.
Yeah. When you automate it, you're going to lose absolutely bucket loads of time.
We're following Lee Ellis, currently in P16, coming in. He's up 0.7. Yeah, I have the same on my wheel. I had this little toggle switch that I use for that, and it's pretty handy.
Yeah, it's actually how I get out of the pits when qualifying starts so quickly. I'm jabbing at the button to start the bloody car and get going.
Yeah. All right, Lee Ellis goes up 2 positions. Very nice. Peter David have a new livery there with interesting color scheme. Currently in P15.
Yeah, so at the top we have Ollie is on a 159.4. He's currently sitting in the pits. Billy Stewart is in P2, a tenth and a half behind. Then Rich McKay, 4/10 behind. Giovanni Nifosi. I just like saying Giovanni's name.
It's a racing. It's a race driver.
Like a real racing driver. Yeah, Giovanni Nifosi, Riccardo Patrese. It's just fantastic. He's like 0.4 down as well. Then it's pretty close going down to the top 10.
Yeah, I'm following. I have Billy Lightfoot in P2, and he's up 0.8.
Yeah, well, he's capable of doing a 59 flat. We've already seen it from him. So, yeah, he's 0.8.
And he's tracking too. He's tracking.
This is the pole.
Also nice livery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Lightfoot.
58.8
Cool.
in the AMR. That's a Group 1 time right there, baby.
Nice. Oh, now I got the little freeze again. Ay. What's going on? So you guys on the stream, if I need to restart the stream, it's just gonna do. It's gonna show up again on the eSeniors YouTube page as another live with the same thumbnail and everything. So just go there and look for it if that should happen, which I hope it won't.
I have the stream running in my TV, and it's stuttering here and there, but it seems okay for now.
Yeah, it just stops all of a sudden on my side, but I have only dropped frames is 0.4%, CPU load is 0.4. So yeah, it's wonder if it's really cold in here, so it couldn't be my card.
Ollie commented in the chat that he doesn't want to be on pole, but he congratulated Billy nonetheless.
Yeah, great.
I would like to be in second place here. First place is where you want to be. You know, it's despite the fact that it's very wide and very fast, it's not easy to pass. If you're half a second faster than the car in front, it's not easy. It really isn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, a few weeks ago, I had a ding-dong battle with Derek Bird here in the Porsche Cup. And, you know, I started second. I just couldn't get by him. And there was parts of the race where I was faster than him, parts where I was slower. But, you know, I had a couple of opportunities. It just didn't work out, though. If you don't have a clear opportunity, you're just going to crash because it's so high speed.
Yeah, I'm going to flip over to a screen. I'm going to flip over to the kind of a track walk screen of Silverstone, and I need to add your audio on there, so stand by for that. I'll let you know when you're on again, Jonathan. So there we go. All right, so this is the Silverstone track walk, and while we're looking at that beautiful thing, I'm gonna add audio input capture. Where do I do that now? I thought that was so completely prepared. Now,
these are great graphics.
Yeah, I have to see. I thought that was pretty prepared here, but let's see. Yeah, never mind. I wanted to do that while I had you on mic, but I'll work that out for next time. There's so many things that have to work exactly, perfectly. Well, I'm excited. I mean, Nifosi up there, that's going to be a good fight between those top three for sure. Again, super excited to see I mean, that we have 24 cars on track, and Nikos back on track. Great to see. Great to see all the liveries. I really want to push for using that tool for uploading your liveries. It's a little short to do, but once you have it done, it's so easy to just retrieve everyone's liveries. You just update before your race, and this local app will just update and download. It's really, really handy. So I really want everyone to do that. So that's my mission.
Yeah, I think I don't think any of us have got like fully up to date liveries anymore. It's we need a better solution, and that sounds like that's it. So the race is about to start in just over 1 minute.
All right, let me get back to a view, which would be, see if I can. All right, so I'm going to do like a little track walk with this view here. So I have Billy Lightfoot in P1 and Ollie, Lynn Ortner, car 11. Then we have Giovanni Nifosi, McKay, cool livery. Hopje, also very cool livery in P5. Next to him, La France. Next row, Mr. Shannon. And next to him is Don Queen. And Jaime Goodard in this suspicious looking black livery. Brian Banks next to him in P10. Robert Obando in 11th. Jeremy Arrobas, look at that. Peter David. Visharek. Lee Ellis in P15. P16. Hugo Caballero. Kevin Torrance. P17. P18. This is a fantastic livery. I think this has the livery price right now. 19. Eric Langlois. Frank Tennant. Always a crowd pleaser. Caston Gay. Arthur. Car 7-1. Frederick Tennant. Brother. Oh, someone spinning back there. Mike Meleski. And next to him, Nikos Margaritis. Look at that. Nikos is back.
And to your point, yeah, James Parks livery for his McLaren, that
Yeah.
Cronus livery.
And green light.
Green light.
So Billy Lightfoot is taking the lead. And Giovanni, he's up one position. I'm gonna actually do the position delta is a little bit easy to see.
We're clean so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down a little bit.
Oh, James Parks off a little bit.
Just scanning down here. Oh, someone went wide. Yeah, but overall, looks like pretty clean.
Yeah, very clean. No spinners, no crashes. Don Queen in P6. Looks like Ollie lost the place to Giovanni Nifosi, who was up to P2, but Billy Stewart is sitting in P1. With definitely Giovanni pressing.
Looking at Don Queen. Sitting in between McKay and Shannon. Oh, someone comes outside there. Who is that? Someone driving off track. Oh, this is very close. 3 wide. Oh, we have a little altercation. Let's look at that real quick.
Yep. That's Jeremy off.
I wonder if I can jump to that or not.
And Billy Banks, I believe. I'm not mistaken, it looks like Robert Obando may have disconnected.
Yeah, we're only 23 right now on track. Frank Tennant is looking a little bit on the inside on Peter David. Peter David have such a distinct livery, so it's easy to see him. James Park in the McLaren. Oh, someone went wide.
And it looks like something happened to Ollie because he's now in P10.
Caballero. Let's see what happened with Caballero. Oh, he got a little kiss. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Oh, Giovanni nearly rear-ended Billy for the lead there. That was very, very dodgy.
Let's follow him for a little bit. Mike Mileski, yellow flag. Eric Langlois, yellow flag too. What happened there? Let's do a replay. Following Eric. So coming around the bend here. Looks pretty good so far. I think something's gonna happen here in the chicane. Oh, he has oversteered. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was like he was driving the cup car, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. And these two guys here, Brian Banks and Peter David, driving almost side by side. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here, I tell you. And that's what we want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some pretty close racing going on. So Billy is leading from Mifosi, who's less than a second behind him. You've got in fourth and fifth Aaron Shannon and Don Queen, separated by a second and a half. Then Rich McKay is right on Don's, nether regions, as it were. And Rob Poupe close behind as well. So in the top 10, everyone's pretty close. I think actually the closest battle really is actually in the top two here, the battle for the lead.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Nifosi. Oh, he's braking really, really late.
Yeah, that's what he did on the previous lap and nearly ran into him. So, yeah, he's got to be really careful.
Yeah, I wonder what the strategy is there, because if the other guy, yeah, I mean, you just have to end up checking out, and you, like we saw here, he loses momentum.
Yeah, well, it's that corner where you have to really sacrifice entry speed in order to get a good exit. And what he's doing, he's just braking far too late. He's out-braking himself, which is not helping him whatsoever when it comes to his exit speed. And setting himself up for the next corner.
Yeah, I think you have to kind of do a little strategy in the head and try to just get close in this particular section as we're coming into now, and just set up to come out with maximum speed on the straight. See how he's doing here, if he's gaining. Yeah, he's Billy's holding off.
Yeah,
the
it looks
attacks.
like Giovanni is just that he is that little bit faster overall, but not in the right places.
So the two drivers that have gained the most is Frank Tennant, up 8 positions. Frank is very good at start. He's a very opportunistic driver. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So his brother Frederick is up 7 positions. So he's in the same school. And Nikos is up 7 positions, driving currently in P17.
Yeah, I think Fred probably Fred is clearly learning from his brother, but I wonder if they have like some kind of a plan like every day of every race of just being absolute nutcases at the start and gaining as many places as possible.
Yeah,
It's definitely worked today, you know.
I'm sure they're practicing together too. So
Nikos is down in 17th.
yeah, he's chasing Arthur Castongay. I actually got some coaching on his Arthur's last name by Arthur himself. Oh, Nikos is going wide. That seems to be holding it together for maybe an attack. That looks good, that car. Mercedes is not so popular, and Bentley has completely fallen off the favorite car list, right?
Yeah, I know, it's completely disappeared. You're right. Like 2 or 3 seasons ago, everyone was driving that big boat, but I don't see a single Bentley. Oh no, there is a Bentley. So it's the Tennant brothers both drive the Bentley, right?
And Robert Obanda reports on the chat here that his headset was disconnected. He's on VR, okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, on the stream. It would be awesome. Let's see where we have. Let's look at Peter David. Very easy to spot. Oh, he was looking on the inside there, but he was thinking. I don't know if you see that on the stream, but his name, his racing team is eSenior Pandemonium Racing Team. Oh, yeah, he did the pass there.
Yeah, it was a great pass. That was a great pass,
yeah.
Really opportunistic.
Yeah, very good. Let's see, what else do we have? Don Queen. Got a great exit. So we have a little cluster of 4 really racy looking cars. As they're coming into these couple of turns, I always have a big problem. Oh, he's going wide. I hope he takes the opportunity and goes and takes. Oh, he's really nipping in the butt of Hoopje there.
Yeah, that was very close.
But yeah, good driving by Hoopje. Take the opportunity. Those teeth that he has on the car down there, they're kind of really intimidating. Oh, he has that on the front livery. And behind him is Vishrek is coming behind them.
Yeah, Don has fallen down a little bit. Let's see, just lost the place. Interesting here, like the fastest guy on track right now is Peter LaFrance.
And Peter David is just passing Nikos. All right, good job there. Sorry.
No, you're good. Peter is like less than a second now behind Giovanni.
Let's go up and look at Peter. La France, Canada Racing.
Yeah, that Canadian livery. Very cool.
I heard something, I think it was Jeremy that said that the bronze is considered a Canadian gold because they always end up in third. I don't know if it's a particular sport or whatever it is, but Canadian gold, I think that's awesome. Hey Robert, yeah, we are on the channel that's called Commentators. If you want to get in there, see if you can get in there. I should have authority to get you in. If you want to join us. So give that a try. I can edit the channel. Permissions. I'm going to add you, Mr. Obando. So you can get in there if you want to join us for a bit. So Mr. Obando can join us if he wants now. Oh, here we have a battle. Jaime is coming behind there in his black car. We're following Ole Linnarter. He's chasing Don Queen. This is right now the closest almost, but we have to jump over to look at the fight for the Canadian gold. So Peter LaFrance is all over. Giovanni Nifosi coming out on the hangar straight. Gonna do slipstreaming. You really have to be close to have any slipstream in this game. Oh, Robert Obando, I see you there. You are unmute. No, you are muted right now. Jump.
Yeah, this is interesting. Both of these guys in BMW, of course, so Defosse and LaFrance. And we've got these pit stops coming up, right? So where are we? We are 15 minutes in, so we should start seeing pit stops in the next 5 or 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of cool. I use this ACC TV on a trial here, and they have some sort of a spotter guide that gives some intelligence on. Oh, look at that. McKay is coming in hot on Aaron Shannon's Honda. I thought he was about to pass. Really spirited driving here. Yeah, so maybe I can provide some intelligence on where people are going to end up after the pit stops. We'll see. I haven't decided if ACC TV is worth the price. I can't hear myself. You may have to give me permission to talk. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can do. Robert Obando. How about now?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
There you are.
Robert Obando in the house. Welcome to the commentary booth. What happened in your race?
Greetings, gentlemen. I went to do a nature break and came back to my VR headset, and it disconnected. And of course, I was madly trying to connect it. And when I finally did, it said I can't join the race in progress. And I went, oh well.
Ouch.
So I walked up to the commentator booth and got a cup of coffee. Now I'm joining you guys.
There you go. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, how do you like this track? Is this one of your favorites or not favorites? Does it work for your car?
Yeah, it's a good track. I've been on Thursday. We had a race with the other 50 group, and so I got some practice in. And it's a good track. It's those long straights. I mean, you just drive on autopilot. Sometimes you're half asleep when you're driving this track, but when you're battling with people, it's always fun.
Yeah,
if there are people 5 seconds ahead and 5 seconds behind, you could do a 40-minute race and never have any kind of battle on the track. So
yeah, if you happen to be in no man's land, it's not so much fun.
Yeah.
But it's a popular track, so I've raced this a lot. So all different series always have Silverstone in it. So following Jeremy right now, so we have a little cluster of Hugo Caballero and Arobas and Peter David behind. So lucky we haven't really had any pandemonium. I haven't needed to scream. Oh, Arthur Castonguay lost connection to the server and can't rejoin. Yeah, that's a bummer. LaFrance still in third position, and we should see some pit stops soon. I should be updated on when actually. Do you know that, Robert, when the pit window opens?
Negative. I didn't even know it was a pit stop race until somebody mentioned it. So I had 95 liters in my car and said, I got to change that.
Yeah. Oh, we have some side-by-side.
Dedication to racing is lacking.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice pass. Radislav goes on the inside on Hupje.
And Jeremy like nearly lost it. He got a really sideways moment on the exit of Cops. And Hugo, is it Hugo? No, Peter David.
Yeah.
Peter David managed to get past him.
Yeah, Peter David is a very distinct livery, so I can spot
very
him
big.
a mile away. Okay, pit window has opened. McKay lost it a little bit, so let's see who goes first into the pits. We are right now, 30 minutes into the race. Almost 30 minutes left out of the 50 minutes.
Yeah, we were discussing the pit having pit stops in the race in the other league, and everybody was saying that it should be mandatory for every race.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I really like
Right.
it's a equalizer sometimes, and it throws.
Correct.
And speaking of that, we have Peter LaFrance and Billy are both in. So I guess when Billy went in, Nifosi went after. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. See who we have to look at. Eric chasing Brian Banks. Oh, he's going to go. No, he's thinking twice about going on the inside there. Oh, he's all over Banks. It's a good looking livery too on that Lexus. I love these liveries. And we have several people going in. We have Nikos, Parks.
It looks like Stewart and Nifosi, they both left the pits at pretty much the same time. Might see Billy might have a little bit more time. He had 4 seconds, I think, on Nifosi when he went into the pits.
Yeah, my information says that Billy was just a little bit faster, but really both had a almost identical time when it comes to the pit stop.
Now will Peter LaFrance come in this lap?
Oh, quite a group here we're following. Eric Langlois is up on Nikos. Oh, Eric Salman comes out of the pits.
And Peter's come in.
Yeah.
See if Peter can get his pit stop done and get out ahead of Billy Stewart and Giovanni. James Parks also completed his pit stop. He's currently in 22nd place, but everyone else, other than 2 people ahead of him, have pitted. So it'll be interesting to see whether he managed to gain a bunch of places in that awesome livery car.
Radislav. Yeah, I was about to say, Radislav is a new driver for this season, I believe. He's doing a pretty good job.
And let's see, Peter is leaving the pits right now.
He had a long pit stop. He spent 21 seconds. The other guys, the fastest guys, did 19 seconds. So
I think he's ahead of Billy. He's way ahead. Yeah, he's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 cars between he and Billy Stewart.
that's pretty impressive. Oh, Nikos went out. Brian Banks have a little fight here. Oh, inside pass. 497. Stewart. Could have been a blue flag situation. No, disregard that comment. I think it's just Billy's trying to come through.
Yeah, and like Peter LaFrance has about a second on Billy Stewart, basically. So he did get out ahead after those pit stops, which was brilliant. I'm almost willing to bet that he's got those buttons all figured out on the steering wheel.
Yeah, that's a good comment because Peter David and Frank Tennant, Mike Mileski, they do a 22-second pit stop. Hugo Caballero as well. So maybe that's actually the delta between 19 is if you manage it yourself, and if you have an auto pit stop, so to speak, that's a 22-second. It will be interesting to know how they do their pit stops, these guys.
It depends where you stop as well, because if you stop too far ahead or behind your marks, then you will lose like 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
As they move it back or forward and get it on the jacks.
Yeah, the data I have must be the stop time, so to speak. You know, stop and then what's the time to until they drop.
Yep. But as of right now, Aaron Shannon, number 55 in the Honda, he's leading, so he's I'm sure he's excited being P1. Ollie, who started P2, is in 6th place.
Yeah, so all the top 7 right now, they haven't pitted. So once that is done, I would say that Peter LaFrance is then in the lead.
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. He's definitely in the lead. The question is though, does he have the pace to stay ahead of Stewart? They're coming up on Jeremy, and this is for position. So Jeremy, even though he's not fit and he's not stopped for new tires and fuel, he's definitely slower than Peter. Will he let him go or will he race him? Because this is going to give Billy the opportunity.
Yeah, he don't want to lose any time in this.
Close up, well. And yeah, I mean, he's inevitably losing time here.
Canadian versus Canadian.
Yeah.
Need to go back there. I'm using a feature called Autopilot on this software I'm using, which is pretty cool when you're kind of looking at data and stuff, and so you don't just sit static. But
see Peter waving his fist at Jeremy right now.
Yeah.
Like doing a virtual like fist wave.
Yeah, I gotta keep the camera on these guys now because this is entertaining. And behind this this Nifosi behind him, right? Okay, Peter left.
Jeremy ducked into the pits. Nifosi's
it's Billy behind him.
Yeah, he's right behind him. This is the battle for the lead. Basically, on the track, in the 7th and 8th is the battle for the lead.
Yeah, right now, Peter France and Billy are P4 and P5. In front of them, we have Radislav, Don Quinn, and Ollie that has not pitted yet. So yeah, this is like we said, you know, the pit stops really make things really interesting.
Yeah, definitely not interesting for Aaron Shannon, who's got a 30-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane as he came out.
Ouch!
Ouch! Right there. That's a race killer right there.
Yeah, he had a long pit stop. He spent 25 seconds sitting there. Maybe he has some damage to deal with. Yeah, Nifosi is just behind. I'm looking at the wrong number, sorry.
They're definitely closing up, though. They're definitely closing up.
Yeah, Billy is looking for possibly a P2. 23 minutes left. So Robert, do you agree that pit stops is a good feature, makes it a little bit more exciting?
It looks like Robert actually disconnected.
Oh, all right.
Chat, so.
Sorry to hear that. Well, great to have Mr. Obando in here.
It sounded like he agreed that pit stops should be mandatory for every race. I disagree. I think pit stops should be, every once in a while. I think we should have rain every once in a while. We should mix it up, but it shouldn't be something that's consistent. We don't need to have pit stops. I like slightly shorter races personally. And a 50-minute race for me is a little bit too long. I think 45 minutes is the sweet spot for me. If you're going to do a pit stop race, make it like 50 minutes.
Yeah. Pit stop races needs to. Yeah, I like an hour actually, because you need to have time to recover.
Yes, and also enough time where you can use that pit stop strategy and do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because some of us are much faster at the beginning of the race and start waning at the end, which is what I do. And others are faster at the end of the race. So, mixing it up that way and giving the drivers like a little bit more opportunity to, adjust their strategy based around that pit stop would be very helpful.
I'm not a so sophisticated driver, so I kind of just do the pit stop halfway and call it a day. That's my strategy. We're following Peter David, eSenior Panda Moaning Race Team. How do you like that?
He's trying to overtake the police right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's a clever idea or not.
You have to be careful about that.
So Don Queen is now in the pits, and Ollie is now leading. Don and Ollie were the only two who have not pitted. So basically, Ollie. It'll be interesting actually to see where Ollie comes out, because I think when he before everyone pitted, he was running P8 or P9. So he's really left it to the very, very last moment here, and he will be the last person to pit. We'll see where he comes out.
Oh, here Peter David passing he nicked the police. He nicked the police. That could actually be a penalty. He will get a ticket. He has to go to the court and pay the fines. Frank Tennant, Blues Brothers team. Lee Ellis is going. Yeah, nice pass. That's Don Queen for P6. Billy seems to do some gains here.
Yeah, he's only half a second behind Peter.
This could be a fight to the end. And the cool thing also with back to the pit stops and tires and stuff, this allows you to actually do pretty hard racing all the way to the end.
And now Ollie's coming into the pits finally. So now we've got the lead is going to be Peter LaFrance from Billy Stewart, Giovanni Nifosi, and Rich McKay, Lee Ellis in the Lambo up to P6, Don Queen in P7.
Yeah, Stefan on the Buckley on the chat there, Tennant looked like he went hair wide. Yeah, I'm not making any judgments based on what I see on the stream here. The stewards will look at that obviously if it's reported. And I really like the self-reporting that we have going. I think that's a good thing rather than people just get the judgment handed on top of them by some unknown entity. And it's much less work too, and people can reflect whether they want to report or not, so probably better for the camaraderie. Brian Banks is up on the police car of Frederick Tennant. See if he can execute the pass without anger the law.
And the top three are separated by about a second and a half. They're basically nose to tail.
Aaron Shannon is really trying to do something with Banks. Not successful in that turn. Gonna jump over to the top 3 here in just a moment when I see what happens with Aaron. Is he gonna do inside now? I think
He's gone off on his outlap.
Ouch.
Pit window is closing down.
Yeah.
And he's lucky because the pit window is now closed, so he left it to the last, definitely the last lap in order to successfully complete a valid pit stop. And he's running P9 now, so he did not gain at all in waiting for his pit stop to be so late. So did not gain. Let's see, we've had some clear winners though in the pit stop challenge. So Peter LaFrance definitely, he gained 2 or 3 spots. Billy Stewart and Giovanni Nifosi, they are status quo. Lee Ellis, he definitely gained a couple of spots as well. He's in P5. Don Queen P8, so he lost out as well. So a lot of winners and losers in the pit stop stakes.
Yeah, Aaron Shannon is still working on Brian Banks. See if this is the time. And it's great that we haven't had any pandemonium.
No, everyone's been very, very good, eh?
It's very nice.
Finally, it's only taken us 2 years to realise that this is a non-contact sport.
Yeah. For sure. I think we have a very balanced team. There we go. It's gonna do it. It's gonna go outside. Getting a good exit there. Shannon, side by side. Oh, yeah. Good racing, coming down. Banks have the inside. He's setting up here maybe for the straight. Banks is really holding his own here. Looks like the top 3 have separated a little bit, about a second and a half. Let's see, Kevin Torrance is it Torrance or Torrance? He's from New Zealand, it's probably Torrance.
Torrance, yeah.
Torrance sounds kind of cool. Yeah, Canadian maybe.
I would imagine it's Torrance.
Lamborghini. Great sounding car. It's one of the cars I favor because of the sound. We don't really see any Ferraris. Is it? I mean, the Ferrari is simply not. It's not competitive.
I don't know. Maybe it's just not sexy enough anymore.
Well, the sound is sexy, and certainly the new car. Oh, here comes Shannon. Oh, and they're coming up to Tennant. So maybe Banks is going to be able to take Tennant. Interesting three-car fight.
No, I'm commentating.
You should get your wife on here. Yeah, Shannon is working hard here to get Banks.
On my chair.
Great racing here. See if he can do. Oh, Shannon is sliding. He really got it together. He lost a little bit, but he could have lost a lot more. Well, now we see Billy Lightfoot coming up on La France. start to catch up. See if we can keep the tempo. And Giovanni Nifosi is lurking in the background too, so this might be really interesting.
Drive-through though. Look, he just got a drive-through, Nifosi.
He got a drive-through. Oh, he was over the
track
limits.
4 times. That's unusual at this track as well, and I've not seen him go off, but yeah, it's undeniable. Yeah, and he's pitting right now.
Oh, it's weird. I don't see that on my in my tool here. You should get Jonathan. You should get your wife in here and do some commentating on you.
Yeah, I don't think so, mate. So that means that Rich McKay, Lee Ellis, and the rest of the field are going to move up a spot. So you've got Rich is going to be in the final podium position. And he's Canadian, so that's a gold medal right there.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Shannon is still working on banks. Is he going to go the inside? No. A lap or so ago, he was oversteering, but he's really solid here. He's opening up the turn. Oh, he's getting a good exit. And in front of them, we have Frederick Tennant. I go back to Stewart. I have to look at the P2 here. Oh, it looked like he was cutting the corner.
They're very, very close. It's like 0.3 of a second between them, and now Billy's really got the bit between his teeth. And but the question is, can he get past? Awfully difficult if the car in front does not make a mistake.
Yeah, that BMW is a powerhouse, and so is the Aston Martin. So, see what they can do.
I find that the BMW is very forgiving, right? So you tend to not make a mistake with that car because it's just not loose. At least that's the way I find it. And other people don't find it the same, but I find it to be very, very forgiving. And for what I'm seeing with the body language of Peter's car, it's the same. It's on rails.
Yeah.
Whereas Billy, he's getting a few light oversteer moments here and there. There are times where it wants to kill him, but the BMW does not want to kill you.
Vive la France, says Derek Bird. Yeah, this is going to be a fight to the end. And the lap traffic was very nice. Giving room. Yeah. This is certainly the fight to follow right now as we're coming into less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is deja vu with me and Derek a few weeks ago here on the Cup car. And I just couldn't get past it.
Yeah, it's just about time for... Oh, did he cut the corner again there?
No, that's not cutting the corner. That is the line in order to get back on the gas real early and set yourself up for the entry into the next corner.
Oh, he gets a good exit, yes.
He's got to run down here, going towards Cops, and he's almost alongside. The question is, he's fully alongside
yes,
now.
Late break.
Oh, no.
La France goes wide.
Peter has gone wide. Peter may have gotten a track warning for that, but he survives. Billy right behind him. This is great racing.
Absolutely. This is great racing.
I thought that Peter was going to bottle it in going into Cops there, but he didn't. He kept on the gas.
It's almost like the Hamilton Verstappen.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did there.
Yeah, well, that corner, when you're going through there side by side, you've got to have enormous balls. You really do. To keep your foot in. And then going into the fast complex, you know, approaching that side by side, the inside, the left-hand lane is always going to be the one who is faster. But you know, if you really hang it out as they go past a slower car, I believe that's Nikos Margaritas that they just passed. But yeah.
Yeah, this is a great contest between these two. Maybe Canada will get a real gold medal. It's gonna be the Toronto gonna explode.
He's got.
Oh, he got Stewart.
He's got it. He's got it. Yep, that's it. Let's see if he can streak away.
Very nice and clean pass. I don't think La France in any way have given up, so we gonna see how he sets up the turn coming into the start straight.
So he got a much better exit going in out of the that very slow left-hander, that hairpin, where you know if you miss the apex there, you get a horrible exit, and that's exactly what Peter did. He got a really bad exit. He didn't hit the apex, but then Billy did, and he was able to get him down the straight easy. See, Billy's trying really hard, isn't he? He's really going over all of those curbs. He's eating all of the available track that he can without getting a drive-through. I mean, a penalty. But now you've got Peter towing him down the straight, going down the hangar straight, very close. Can't quite get alongside though. He's got the pace though, hasn't he, Peter? He's definitely got the pace over Billy.
Oh, that's a late break.
It goes back to, you know, when you're driving behind someone, you can, most of the time you can drive faster, right? When you're leading and you're driving with your mirrors, you naturally drive a little bit slower than your potential. But so I can see that going on here. I don't think that Billy is going to streak away. I think Peter is going to remain on his tail, like for the you know, until he can get past. He's suddenly looking really good under braking, is Peter, isn't he?
Yeah, I think what's gonna split these two guys is, you know, it's just a mistake, and if Stewart just can keep the lines and, like you said, don't get distracted by the mirrors, I think he has a good chance. Looks like La France have fallen back a little bit.
Yeah. I actually eat my words, I guess.
Less than 5 minutes remaining. Yeah, this is the closest, more or less. Let's go back to Torrance. He's chasing Jeremy Robas. Shout at me if something happens up in the front. Have to give some screen time to some of these guys. Ollie fell back to P8 in this race. That's probably not what he wanted to see. He did good qualifying.
Yeah, something happened to him at the start, the first lap or so, and he lost like a good half a dozen places, and he hasn't recovered from that.
Yeah, the big winner today is Lee Ellis. He's up 11 positions.
Yeah, good job, man.
And Rob, he has not. There are only 3 cars that hasn't gained anything between, you know, everything that's happened. That's Jeremy and Rob Hoopje, and Billy Stewart, of course, that started in the pole position.
Stefan is saying in the chat that Billy has tighter thighs. I mean lines. Tighter lines.
Radislav goes on the inside.
How do you know he's got tighter thighs?
Good pass by Radislav coming up to P5. Good job there. Ollie's chasing down Don Quinn. He's going to go outside maybe. No, he goes.
The leaders are coming up on a couple of back markers. Yeah, Stefan Nifosi dropped out. He got a drive-through, so I guess instead of doing his drive-through, he decided just to drop out, which is a bit silly because if you drop out, it's a you don't get any points. So better just to go and sit in the pits until the race is over.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you get points all the way down to P30, I believe. Ollie is really pushing on Don Queen.
Billy's coming up to 2 back markers right now, so this should, well, first one has gotten out of the way.
Yeah, come down Hanger Straight.
Robert is predicting contact between Ollie and Don. I don't think it'll happen. I think if Don was behind Ollie, then yeah, there'd be contact, but he'll kill me for that comment later on.
And Shannon is behind Banks again. They have spent a lot of time together, these two guys. They must be best friends by now. Or not. Yeah, hi Mark. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, we have a little touch there. Shannon had contact with Brian Banks, but he's holding on track very nicely there to give that position back, going back to La France.
Oh, and the police car is really not helping Billy Stewart.
Oh, no!
And we have contact between the police and Peter
Ay.
He's getting blue flagged left, right, and center. He really is, and he's ignoring it.
That's very unfortunate. Let's see if I can go back to a replay of that. I wonder if No, I didn't get the replay there. Sorry.
And it looked like there that Peter LaFrance...
No, there it is. That is actually the replay.
The overtake on the police car, unfortunately, but it was, it goes back to, as we go into the final lap here, it kind of goes back to when you're a back marker and you're letting somebody, and there's Peter, as they say, that Peter is towing up on Billy. He's alongside. This is going to be difficult. Yeah, he lets off the gas. Billy survives.
Last lap fight.
This was all done by the back marker, trying to let the faster car through in the middle of a corner. Which, hey guys, if you're doing this, let off the gas on a straight.
Yeah, following the two cars in the lead. Yeah. Oh, he's probably frustrated. It's hard to kind of recompose yourself after that type of experience.
Yeah, it's exciting for us though.
It is. This has been a really interesting race. And thanks for joining me here. It's so much more fun when you can kind of have two guys looking at things at the same time. And
it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
Billy's just got to keep his cool to win this one.
And Billy has also the fastest lap.
Yep.
No extra points for that though. More than the glory.
Yeah. Okay, Sebastian.
There we go, coming through the last couple of corners. Billy Lightfoot.
And I agree. That definitely wasn't Tennant's fault when he was when there was contact between him and Peter.
Yeah, it was just an unfortunate event as Billy Stewart comes over the line, gets the checkered flag. Number 97, Billy Lightfoot Stewart from Great Britain. Peter LaFrance avoided the Canadian gold. He got the Canadian silver. McKay, Canada. He got the gold, the Canadian gold. So yeah, good race. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Good stuff. And hey, it's just a reminder that yesterday was Veterans Day, and just wanted to, say thank you to all of our veterans who are, members of our league.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Good thoughts.
Thank you, everyone, for your service.
And we also want to thank our sponsors, Syndeo and Sim3D. So that's it for Jonathan and me today. We're gonna have a race tomorrow, group 1, and we're gonna see Jonathan.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you then.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye bye.